I won the battle, and that's how we met. And so he gave me the 4 hours. He was like, yo, my studio's here. Call me. Let me know when you want to set up the time and we could just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just come through and we'll do it. So I hit him up, and that's how I met Mike Faceless. Because Mike had already been working with Jai. They were working on his solo shit. He was working with Jai and Mr. Word. So, that was kind of like his thing that he was already doing. Me and Jai had our first session, and we recorded, I think it was like 2 or 3 songs that ended up being on the Tribluez Volume 1 shit. And we had a really good chemistry working. And as well, I will say this. So Jai's a lot older than me. I think he's like 10 years my senior. So he had already kind of been in the game, like dealt with record companies, dealt with promotion. He had like a old crew in the Valley that they used to throw like these legendary house parties and shit, like in the 90s, when I was young. So, he got a lot of experience that he was kind of giving me. And I think that was the basis of our connection working together, because I just wanted to learn. Like, I wanted to learn everything about the music business and making music that I could. And Tribluez was an open encyclopedia for that. Anything that I wanted to learn, he was willing to show me because he was eager to. And he showed me how to work, like how to really work in the studio, like shit that I still use today. He showed me what work ethic looks like and what it actually what it amounts to in real life. He showed me how to record. He showed me how to set up your mic, how to hook up an interface, how to mix, like low-level mixing, how to EQ shit, how to compress things, how to everything. He taught me so much that I'll always be in debt to Jai. You know what I'm saying? Even though, I don't know if we'll work together anymore, but I'm in debt to him for him creating or helping me create the foundation of who I am as an artist today.
Got it. So from True Artists, so Tribluez was also an extension of True Artist movement, or so what's kind of the
what came first?
Yeah,
I want to say True Artist movement came first, because while I was always there to work on Tribluez, so let me start from the battle shit, right? So the battle happens, I get this time, we end up recording a few records. We realize that we really like working with each other, so we decide at that point to continue working, and Jai's like, I'm not even going to charge you for it, we'll just work it out when we actually put the album out. It's like, all the time that I give you, we'll just deduct that from the album sales in the future. So I was like, all right, cool. I get a place that I could record and I could fuck around and I could figure myself out as an artist. So as we kept recording what would end up becoming Tribluez Volume 1, there's more MCs that are coming into the fold. You got to think. Jai's all the way in Chatsworth. I'm all the way in the IE. For people that are outside of California, outside of SoCal, does not know, this is an hour and 15-minute drive. This is not a fucking hop, skip, and a drive around the corner. You know what I'm saying? In traffic, this could be an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute drive one way. So when I'm not there, there's other MCs in there paying for time. And there's other MCs in there recording shit that Tribluez is working on. He's not just working on my shit. So at the time, he's working on Faceless solo album. He's working on B. Jones solo album. He's working on
Origin? He was
Origin.
Right?
How can I forget Jay Sketch? Jay Sketch is like Jay Sketch taught me how to perform. Straight up and down. Jay Sketch was such a big brother to me that I couldn't not mention him. I love that dude. Still talk to him to this day. That guy was a fucking superstar of superstars locally. But aside from that, as we continued to keep, seeing each other in the studio, Ja and Mr. Word came up with this idea of putting together something called the True Artist Movement, which was basically going to be on some West Coast high road Wu-Tang shit, where you had a big group and then you had small groups and within the big group and solo shit within the big group.
Very similar to what you guys were doing with the Ions. And
Yeah.
the other groups or whatever.
So it made sense to me. So, me and Tribluez had our group, Tribluez. We had True Artist Movement, B Jones. Why I keep saying B Dot? B Jones had his solo shit. Mike Faceless had his solo shit. Origin has his solo shit. Jay Sketch had his solo shit. Everyone had their own thing that they was kind of doing. And since Tribluez was a DJ and a producer, and I was an MC, yeah, Tribluez was a group, but a lot of people looked at it as my solo shit because I was the only MC on it.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So they kind of put together this thing called True Artist Movement, and we put out a mixtape called The Wax Dwellers, which was basically Mr. Word and Tribluez's production with a bunch of these artists. It was almost like their chronic.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? And so I guess you can say True Artist Movement came first because Wax Dwellers came out before Tribluez Volume 1.
This is like 2000?
Yeah, 2000, I think Wax Dwellers dropped, and then 2001, Tribluez Volume 1 dropped. So it was, I guess, if you have to go by release, True Artist Movement came first.
True Artist came first.
Yeah. True Artist came first. It had to, because Wax Dwellers came out way before, I think you're entering it wrong. Hit delete first. There you go. So, yeah, I think Wax Dwellers, I don't even think I know it came out first. So, True Artist Movement definitely was first. And we were already kind of doing shows all together. Like, this is before you and I met. We had, like, opened for KRS-One at the old Key Club, which is now One Oak. And that was like a big ass show. We had everybody there. I've even brought out my homie Lee Claybang.
There's video footage of that.
There's video footage on that. I think it's on YouTube. I even brought out like the homie Lee Claybang at the time. His name was Devoué. He had like a dance group, and they came out and did like the b-boy section of the show, and then we did like a spoken word section of the show, and then like a DJ scratch section of the show, and it was a comprehensive fucking interactive thing. Like. We put together a pretty dope ass show, and we kind of shook up the underground scene with what we were kind of doing at the time.
Got a clique full of shooters. They won't let me